You play ball like a girl!
Well, I think it's so cool that you knew pretty early on what you wanted to do. How did you become interested in sports broadcasting and broadcast journalism? How did you know that that's what you wanted to do?
When I got to college and people didn't know what they were going to do with their life, I was like confused because I had known for so long, like I grew up in a household where the women were teaching the men about football. Like my mom and my grandma, my mom and my grandma had season tickets to the Chargers. They were diehard Chargers fans. And so they went to every home game growing up. And when they were away on Sundays, my mom and my grandma's Sunday would revolve around the Chargers game and everything else worked around that. Whereas my dad and my grandpa were like kind of into it, but not really. And so I learned from my mom and my grandma the rules of football and the passion for football, I suppose. And so I remember like very distinctly when I was 16 and probably about, I think 16, and watching the games on Thanksgiving with my family. And this woman came on. She was a sideline reporter, I learned later, right? But I didn't know who she was at the time. But she came on, and they were obviously Thanksgiving, so they're talking about like the traditions that players have. And I remember thinking, like, how cool is that she is like this liaison between the players and the fans who just love this game and like love watching these guys play. And like, what an honor to get to do that, because I would do anything to talk to I think it was Ocho Cinco. I think it was the Bengals and the Jets. And so, she's telling me about Ocho Cinco and I'm like, man, that would be awesome to get the opportunity to talk to Ocho Cinco, and so I think that I think I saw her and went, man, like that's what I want to do. I want to be that liaison for like between the players and the people who love them so much, like my mom and my grandma. It would be an honor to get to tell them what the Chargers were thinking or what went into that play, like why they were having a good day or a bad day or whatever. And so that's kind of how I knew that like from that moment on, it was all I really thought about. Joined the journalism program in high school, chose Point Loma because of broadcast journalism, and did internships based on that. And so it was just a pretty straightforward, and I knew that I couldn't do like a 9-to-5 desk thing. Like I'd go crazy. And so I knew I had to be outside. I knew I had to be running around. Like I knew all of that. And so it fit very well.
Yeah, you seem to me like someone that has a lot of energy, and so I can't imagine a 9-to-5 job. I can see you like already out there just like on the field, getting all the information you need, running around. I love that. And I think it's so cool that your mom and your grandma were like the big sports fans in the household, because that's not a story that many people have. So I think it's so cool that like they instill that in you, and then of course I think you'll instill that in your future kids. I think that's just like the coolest thing ever.